Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Darren Woodfork and I'm an attorney here in Scottsdale, Arizona. My firm focuses on personal injury cases, car accident cases, and we do seal old criminal cases, and we do restore people's gun rights kind of in the criminal area. And basically, I do personal injury work now, but I've done criminal defense work for the last 20 years. And so one of the things that I will say about, doing criminal defense work is if you're charged with a crime in federal court, you're in a world of hurt. The federal government is very, very good at criminal prosecutions. And I know that people, they're against the public school system or the post office or any of those federal agencies or whatever. They always say, private people can do it better or whatever. But when it comes to criminal prosecution, the federal government is probably the best in the world when it comes to, prosecuting people. I know there's a few cases where they lost cases over the years, but for the most part, the federal government, they have about a 99% success rate in trials and 99% success rate in getting convictions when people are charged with federal crimes. And federal crimes, if you don't know, they're probably, the most common ones are probably illegal immigration. Another one is probably securities fraud, white collar cases, and then any type of a crime on federal land. I remember I had a case years ago where there was a burglary up at the Grand Canyon, and that was a federal case on the Grand Canyon land or whatever. So, but anyway, so yeah, if you're charged with a federal crime, it's gonna be bad for you because the federal government is very good at this. I remember I had a federal case down here. I think it was with the cartel and something on illegal entry. And I remember my client. I remember I called up the prosecutor who was at the federal prosecutor's office down here in Phoenix, and the prosecutor assigned to it on the other end of the line was a former judge that I had been in front of maybe 2 years earlier when I was at the public defender's office. So I had been in front. He was one of my quad judges, as they called it. We saw these same judges pretty much every day. He was one of my judges when I first started at the public defender's office. And now, years later, when I was defending this guy who was charged with federal cases, the federal prosecutor was that same judge who I was in front of before. So I just thought it was crazy. So yeah, anyway, so obviously they're good lawyers, I guess is kind of the point of that. Incidentally, so are the federal public defenders. Some of the best lawyers in the country are the federal public defender's office. And so again, if you're charged with a federal crime, it's going to be a bad day. And then also finally, one of the reasons why they're so successful in prosecuting people is they don't take bad cases. And so, they're like 99.9% sure that they have all the evidence and they can convict and they have all the stuff. It's an airtight case. So that's why everybody's pleading guilty, because there's just no way to beat it after all that, airtight preparation by the federal prosecutor's office. Unlike, the state or the county or the city cases, a lot of times they bring bad cases. And they don't mind losing these bad cases, but the federal government, they don't do that. They only bring good cases, and they rarely lose. So anyways, hope that's interesting to you. Like I said, I know the federal government has a bad reputation and that they can't do anything right, but they can definitely do criminal prosecutions correct. So hope that helps. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.